Should have come in as my avatar.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. It's like I haven't been here in forever.
It feels like it.
I know. I'm glad to be back, though. I'll let y'all lead the show because you guys have been doing it a lot more than me lately. So carry on, carry on.
Actually, I had somebody comment on the one last week where it was just Tamara and Adam going. So I was like, "Is this the first one you haven't been in?" Like, yeah, I was getting my teeth messed up. So come on.
With the exception of the wedding cruise and stuff, which I think we canceled. So yeah you guys.
Much, so.
Tom is Old Faithful.
The Rock.
Yes.
Well, you want to go ahead and lead that off there, Tamara?
Sure. So welcome to the Microsoft Pulse, where we go through the Microsoft roadmap so you don't have to. It's divided up into 4 sections. In development means they're working on it. Rolling out means coming to a tenant near you. Launch, it should be in a tenant near you. And canceled. And we
not
don't
coming to a tenant near you.
It should be so near you, it is your tenant, is what launched means. So, Jennifer, you want to kick us off with in development?
Yes, there's one that I really, really, really love. And that is Microsoft Teams mark all as read for your activity feed. Because my activity feed is very annoying when there's a lot of unread things and you kind of scroll it and I don't need to touch everything and make it look like it's read when I get it. So that mark all as read is probably something I will be doing every day. So I'm excited to see that. And then I felt happy when I read this, but Outlook, video unfurl and playback. Video links will be unfurled into a thumbnail for easy and delightful recognition when reading an email that contains a video link. If it's easy and delightful, then I'm going to love it.
Yeah, I'm so into that.
And I want my next job to be the person who writes the descriptions for the roadmap. I think that would be a lot of fun and delight. But yes, so I thought that was great. So those were 2 that I picked out of that category that I liked.
Great. Tom?
So a couple things here. Outlook for the web, contact deduplication. So, over time you get a lot of contacts and invariably there's same contacts for the same person multiple times with just minor little variations. Well, Microsoft is actually putting in for Outlook web app a deduplication process, which will enable you to clean those up. I think that's a great thing. I know that various other email clients, non-Microsoft, have features that will allow you to combine and they mesh things. So that's all great. Looking forward to that one. And then one of the other ones further down on the list that I wanted to mention, and that Microsoft Teams, animated backgrounds in Teams meetings. Now I'm a little torn on this one. It says the dynamic background features of Microsoft Teams allow users to replace their existing background with a dynamic animation for more immersive virtual environment. It offers various options to enhance meeting experiences with creativity and personalization according to their preferences. While I know that people have said, well, I can do moving video backgrounds in name your video client, Teams has never allowed that. And I know that Microsoft has done studies that said if you have a lot of motion going on, if a lot of people are sharing videos, it can be very mentally taxing because you're trying to sort through all these moving pictures to pay attention as to what's important. I'm not sure that drifting through space with a warp field effect behind your head for 35 minutes is going to be conducive to being able to pay attention to that particular person, but some geek is going to try that. So I like the idea. I'm just afraid it's going to get overused and it's going to be more of a distraction than a benefit.
I have a feeling they will probably put a control in it that if there's so many people doing it, it's not going to display or it's going to be. They've got to. I can't imagine them not. But
I just see people throwing up all over.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that making that out of the first rung if people are flying around in space being silly, right? Like they typically, even with this, they tend to put stuff in there with like a business purpose. So there's got to be a use case that needs it. But I'm thinking like lower thirds and different things like that, like where you've got like a little wave and little,
Yeah.
and then it's got my name and you know what I mean? Like little, maybe it's something
Right.
like that. So if you're presenting, you could do like a lower third on the screen or something. It's got to be more subtle, would be my thoughts, but maybe not. I mean, stranger things have happened, but the jury is out on this one till we see it.
Theoretically, we'll find out next month in GCC High DoD, and Worldwide Tenant, because everybody's going to get this one. So we will see.
I love it.
Tamara.
I know we're excited about that. All right. Microsoft Viva Pulse. So Viva Pulse is a feedback tool that empowers managers to get day-to-day feedback on projects and team dynamics, resulting in quicker action. So using smart templates, research-backed questions, and analytics, Viva Pulse enables teams to use their voice so they can help managers pinpoint what's working well and which areas to focus on over time. And then in Microsoft Viva, everybody is getting better access to SharePoint. So mobile SharePoint site navigation through Microsoft Viva, and also home sites in Viva Connections. And then we've got Outlook, video capture and upload to OneDrive. So users will be able to capture a video from their phone while in the Outlook mobile app, then seamlessly upload it to their email. So uploading the video will leverage OneDrive for Business, allowing users to benefit from increased storage space and large limits for video size and length. Shall we move on?
Yeah, just a side note.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're into looking for what's new in Purview, definitely get a list of the changes that are coming up, because there are a number of Purview items that would take us like the next 40 minutes to go through each one of them that are out there. But just keep a mind open to the fact that there are a number of Purview things that they are working on if you're interested.
And then there's only one other one I saw in here, which was Viva Goals usage report. So you're going to be able to get active users and platform distribution of 7, 30, 90, and 180-day activity in the admin center. So if you've got goals and you want people updating them on a regular basis, you're going to be able to see who's updating and stuff like that. So just some extra usage reports that are coming there. And that's all I have.
That's nice. Well, something new to Microsoft Teams Premium is the Intelligent Meeting Recap. So as part of Teams Premium, Intelligent Meeting Recap is a comprehensive AI-powered meeting recap experience that is going to help users catch up, recall, and follow up on hour-long meetings in minutes by providing recording and transcription playback with AI assistance. So this allows users to browse the recording by speakers and topics. Ooh, that's fancy. As well as access AI-generated meeting notes, action items, and app mentions. That's supposed to be here as soon as this month.
I'm so ready for all of these Copilot features. I mean, that's one of them. That's a piece of the AI there. So I am so ready for all of these things to come. It's
just
going
wish
to
it
be
wasn't
a game
Teams
changer.
Premium, because that's going to keep a lot of people out of that market.
Yeah, we will see what the future holds.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's move on to rolling out. Jennifer, would you like to get us started with rolling out?
Yeah, I thought that this was really neat. A Microsoft, I have two. Microsoft 365 app, the new sensitivity bar in the Microsoft 365 apps on Windows for viewing and applying sensitivity labels that are powered by Purview. And so this is great because if it gives a more prominent and contextual user experience as they're applying the labels, we're going to get more success in doing the labels. I mean, that's the hardest part of any project where you're looking at this is saying, okay, I need to classify it, but now I actually have to do it. You have to do it. It's in the day and day. And so the easier we can make that for people, the better. And then I like I like the next one, which is for the admin center. There's some emails right now that come from the system that can't come from an email account that you can configure. So it's,
Right.
you might get a notification or something like that. And we have spent years training users to ignore things that don't look like they're supposed to be there. And now there might be a message we actually need them to read. And then I'm not even going to lie. I had a conversation with somebody once when they got one of those messages, and we ended up in the help desk because we reported it as phishing because we thought they were phishing, and really they were telling them your inbox is too full. And so that shocked me. So even I was like, no, let's not trust that. But now you're going to be able to send the email notifications from your own domain. So when you can configure that and set that, it will probably create a better overall user experience for some of those notifications that they're going to get. So those were the two that I really liked in rolling out.
Great. I had one in rolling out, and that was Microsoft Viva. Send praise from your Viva Connections dashboard. So site owner and authors can add the praise card from Microsoft Insights to the Viva Connections dashboard, which allows employees to send out praise to their colleagues. So anytime, and that was supposed to roll out last month. So you should see it in your tenants by now. And that's worldwide in GCC. I think anytime you can give praise to people, it costs you nothing and it means the world to them. So go ahead and say thank you or great job. It costs you nothing. And anytime Microsoft can make it even easier to send that praise, hands down a winner.
Make it part of our natural activities.
Yep.
Yeah. Tom, what do you have in rolling out?
I've got a couple here, both Outlook related. One, Outlook compliant protected meeting. So for Outlook compliant meetings, make your meetings secure and compliant by applying sensitivity labels. So this is just making it a lot easier to say, hey, we're going to put this sensitivity label on the meeting, which is possibly going to have certain levels of who can see and who can't and things like that. So you can start to get a certain level of compliance that you might have by using that sensitivity label in other things. Now you can apply it to meetings, which is really good. The other thing that we have on Outlook, and this is for iOS, so all the iPhone people or iPad people, text predictions and quick reply. So text predictions will be available in the quick reply experience as they've already been in full compose. So if you like that thing of just click, boom, answer, fat thumbs don't come into play.
It is
there we go.
So good on the mobile phone. I love it. Love it. Love it. I didn't realize. So it's like when it rolled out to the client and stuff, I didn't realize how much I wanted it and needed it until I got it. Same thing about my mobile phone. So yes, it is.
Were you delighted,
delightful Jen? Feature. It is a delighter.
All right. Anything else in rolling out?
I'm good.
No, some Microsoft Defender stuff, but just the typical changes and stuff like that coming there.
Okay. Let's move on to launch. Jennifer?
All right. Well, it is a big thing for Viva and DoD, GCC High, because we now have Viva pieces inside of DoD and GCC High. So very excited about that.
And I would emphasize pieces.
Pieces. Yes, it's well as it should be. When you think about what Viva is supposed to be doing, not all of the pieces can work in an environment where you shouldn't be connecting with everyone. You can't have tools that connect everyone. So it makes sense. But you've got Viva Insights Web, the web app in DoD, the digest emails for GCC High, and the digest emails for DoD. And so I always love it when we start to see those features come to DoD. So excited that those have launched. I know people are getting used to them, and I know it is different as we've been writing the training for it. It is different than the typical experience, but still good, and probably more to come. So since I took 3, I'll pass it to someone else.
All right, Tom, go right ahead.
So one of the ones that I like, which I think is really cool, because it's one of those things that brings it closer to what some people consider the gold standard of whiteboards, Mural, and that is whiteboards, save and share user templates. So you may have a template that you use on a regular basis, and it involves setting up with sticky notes and other little things out there. Well, now what you can do is you can get the whole thing set up, and then you can save it as a personal template or a private template. And so that way, when you go out to create a new whiteboard, you can say, hey, to create this whiteboard, I want to go grab that template that I've saved in the past, and you've got your starting point already done up. What's also really cool is you can then share that template with others if they would also find it beneficial. So you can put in the time or let somebody else do that, and then appropriate their work and get a copy of their template, and then you can use it and not have to set it all up on your own too. So in that particular case, really cool feature. I like it a lot.
The Microsoft Pulse does not endorse stealing.
I didn't say steal, I said appropriating.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Tom.
Or we can call it R&D, rob and duplicate. Come on.
Oh, Tom.
All right.
I'm going to disappear from the video here in a minute. I have a feeling. And Tom's
Okay.
gone. Click.
Yep. So this one's fairly exciting. Microsoft Teams support for Stream Deck. If you have one, this is going to be fun to interact with.
Does this mean they
Microsoft.
rolled it back out? Because they rolled it out and then took it back. So is it back?
It is rolled out. The thing that you have to keep in mind on this one, though, is that to get it set up, you need to go and get a Teams API, which you can get from your settings in your Teams client, if your company allows you to get that API, which unfortunately mine doesn't. So while I could use the Stream Deck, I can't use it for Teams, which is really where a lot of the cool things are. So that sucks.
Yeah.
I went to get it the last time they made all these big announcements, and then it was already gone because they had found a security bug. So I'm guessing this means
It's back now.
it's back. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
I was able to
Guess what
download
I'm
all
gonna
that.
do.
I just couldn't complete
Yes,
the
I know
hookup
what
to
you're doing
Teams.
tonight.
Maybe not tonight. It's the kid's birthday. I'm gonna eat a cake
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
I'll Stream Deck. Yeah.
And then Microsoft Teams, insights about people in profile cards, now coming to Microsoft Teams. Now, I think this might be a little problem for introverts because it's sharing information and you're not getting to choose whether or not this information is shared. Your company gets to choose whether or not this information is shared. So profile cards in Microsoft Teams will now surface insights and information such as your birthday. Career changes. Wouldn't that be funny if you saw your career change in Teams before you were informed? Maybe that's how they're going to notify us from now on.
Oh, you only
Or
thought you were
pending
doing that
meeting
job.
invites.
That's great.
So that's fun.
I have one that I just love. And even as we were
Is it a
sitting here,
delighter? Is it a
yes,
delighter?
it is. And now I'm going to have to go change the settings. But Teams meetings, busy, unbusy end user settings. So you're going to be able to go in and choose how people can ping you when you're already busy and in a call. Is it going to keep ringing and make the other one silent and cause this mess? Or can you forward them to voicemail? Can you give them a different routing? So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to route all of my calls to Tamara when I'm busy in a meeting. She can route them to me because I'm always in a meeting. And then we are going to create the infinite loop.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm really excited about that because I get interrupted quite a bit when I'm in a call and I'm just like, go away. No one respects the red.
No, they don't.
Respect
But
the
at
red,
least
man.
they chat with you first. I'm like, can I call you even though you're
Yeah.
busy?
That's what I appreciate when at least I get a ping, because then if I don't answer, then no, you can't, because I'm very busy,
No,
or
you
I'm
are
actually
very
like
busy.
doing something different.
I
Yeah.
find it funny now that, it used to be that you could call somebody and it was like no big deal. Now, if somebody calls me without pinging me first to say, may I call? I am like highly offended. And I know that's kind of wrong on a certain level, but it's like, I'm sorry, but you didn't ask me if you could call me. No, I'm not taking this call. I'm busy. So yeah,
That's funny.
weird.
So to
the
Tom's
last-
boss, if you get
No,
Yeah.
that's different. She'll get picked up every time.
All right. last thing I wanted to touch on was Microsoft Teams reminder emails for webinars. So reminder emails are going to be automatically sent 1 hour ahead of a webinar to all registered attendees. I think this is great because
Yes.
you get so tied up in your day-to-day business stuff that you forget things like training or informational meetings, and you're like, I just won't go to that. So hopefully this will help drive more people to those webinars, to those informational sessions.
And I think if you're using Teams Premium, you have the ability to also set up other reminders at custom timeframes, where this one just out of the box is 1 hour before it's going to happen. So you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about
Great.
that.
Yeah.
All right. And that appears, unless anyone else has something they want to talk about and launched.
No, I'm just looking forward to you to get the whole recording out there so we can see what your thumbnail picture looks like, because that is
my
the
gosh.
biggest entertainment. She did something with her mouth last week. I'm like, I can't even make my mouth do that.
And I'm not going to do it again because it'll grab a picture of it.
I think AI looks for the most awkward image that you can have,
But
and then
it's
it's like, let's,
always me. It's never you. It's never
Well,
him. It's
that's
never
be-
Adam.
that's because when we look at just movement and excitement, like you run at speed 10 and the rest of us might be at 6. So you're doing 4 times more movements than not 4 times, but 4 more movements than the rest of us. So I think you just give it more,
More to
we're
choose
on
from.
medium.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're on
I'm
super
Italian.
fast.
I have to talk with my hands or I get on mute.
I
Oh,
love it.
So-
I love it.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
thanks so much for joining us this week. Join us next week when we go over the roadmap again so you don't have to. Thanks so much, Jen. It's good to have you back. We missed you while you were gone. Have a good one, everybody.
Hope I'm back for good. Bye, y'all.
bye all.
Bye.